Okay. We're going to be covering some attack combos. Okay. You always want to attack with intent. The first attack, you want it to work. But if it doesn't work, you need to have a good plan B. We covered some stuff from guard on Monday. Today we're going to cover from mount. So I'm here, I'm getting ready to attack him. Now obviously he's not going to just let me choke him out or do what I want. So he's going to look for some way to defend. Very often when you reach in for a nice deep grip here, my ideal is going for cross collar choke. I'll come in, choke him out that way, right? But usually you get that first arm in and he's saying to himself, oh look, I can do a Armbar, right? So he grabs onto this, there. Now, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, do I want to fight for the choke or do I need to take this seriously? I don't want to give up position. I don't want to end up on the bottom. So I'm going to take this seriously. When he goes to transition to bump me up, what he wants to do, go ahead, do it. This is what he wants to do, all right? What's going to happen is, as soon as I realize that this is going to happen, I'm going to let my hips float off to the side. So when he goes to bridge that way, all right, I go into a technical mount. Now, if he wants that to work, he's going to have to bridge up really hard, and he's trying to go all the way over this way, which means it's going to be pretty straightforward for me to float around and be ready here. Now you notice, he was trapped onto that. Look where my arm is, right? I've already practically got his arm scooped up. So from here, I'm going to make sure I reinforce using my body, keep my body against his elbow, because I need to get my hips up close to the shoulders. So I'm going to push right down here, right across his face, right down to the ground. All right? I want to turn his head away from me. I'm going to float up just a little bit to get my hips near his shoulders. This leg, in order to make it light, and lean away. Right? Once I lean away from that leg, here, this arm, and now scoop in underneath here. Notice I haven't let go of this yet. Right? Still holding on. This is a great way to pull him in. So I'm going to scoop this up, bring it back here, squeeze my knees together, finish my armbar. Okay? So the setup is, I go in for the choke, he bridges up hard, I float to the side, reinforce my chest behind his elbow, cross face him right down there to the ground, lean away, around, scoop that up, and I'm pulling this in the whole time. Watch what his head does. We start out here, we end up over here. His head should be moving across the ground. And then squeezing these together. Okay. Any questions on any of that? Yeah.
Is that a left leg, is it in his waist or is it under his arm?
When you first float up, it's typically going to be at his waist. Let's turn this way. One more. So I'm here, I'm attacking this. When he bridges up, I'm just trying to get my hips off to the side. So this foot's going to be right here.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to reinforce in here. When I go to, a lot of times what I'll do is when I go to lean that way, that's when I'll treat it like going to an S mount. Right? So I'll push this down here, bring that in. That makes it easy to lean off that direction. Right? So like I said, you'll start out with your foot down there. When you want to make that transition, just bring your foot in to the armpit and treat it like a normal S mount to get the finish getting the arm.
Okay.
Right? Anything else? All right, here, let's work that.